Very warm. Good evening. This is Anava Chaudhary. You're live on my YouTube channel, Arun Foot. It's another FIFA World Cup live watch along. This time, Argentina versus Egypt. Yes, it's the defending world champions versus the Pharaohs from Egypt. Looking forward to this one tonight and seeing what the Egyptians could do, can do. Can they challenge Lionel Messi and Argentina, like Capo Verde did a few days ago? Or will it be an easier game for the Albi Celeste tonight? And will they earn the right to move into the final eight and close in potentially on another title for Lionel Messi and his team? And that will be one of those questions. And as always, at the start of such a live, please do like, please do share, please do subscribe to Arun Foot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias, visit arunfoot.com. And yes, especially do watch my shorter videos that I make on a regular basis. Be it did something today on the appointment of the new head coaches of Mohun Bagan in East Bengal. Did something a couple of days back, Nagasman resigning and Klopp being the likely successor. And on FC Goa on Bryson Fernandez, did my interview on Sasha Navalka. So do watch all of that as well. And as always, thank you very much for all of that support, without which this channel um, cannot grow. So therefore, I will need your support. Roshan saying Egypt is more of a ball playing team. Yes, Roshan, they are, but they can also be, if they want to, defensive. So that's going to be the question tonight. What kind of a strategy does Egypt deploy? Have they learned anything from Capo Verde in the way that Capo Verde played against Argentina? So that's also a thing. Argentina had to go through 120 tough minutes. Right? Egypt, compared to that, had it a little easier, I would say, even though, of course, they had to go through penalties. But again, which of the two teams might be a little bit more tired is also maybe a question to be asked. And there are some changes being made following the last game. Emi Martinez continues in goal for Argentina. Molina, Romero, Lisandro Martinez, and Tagliafico in defense. Tagliafico coming in. Rodrigo de Paul, Alex McAllister, Paredes, and Enzo Fernandez in defensive midfield or in midfield, with Julian Alvarez instead of Lautaro Martinez joining captain Lionel Messi up front. Meanwhile, Egypt in their lineup, Schubert in goal, Hafiz, Rabia, Ibrahim, and Hani in defense. Hani, of course, unlucky against the Australians and the first player to concede two own goals in the World Cup. Ashur, who scored the goal for Egypt. Atia, Lasheen, and Hassan in midfield, with Mohamed Zico joining captain Mohamed Salah up front. Zico in place of Omar Mamouche. Interesting. Omar Mamouche, the Man City player, will not start this game, with Francois Letizier as the match referee. So hopefully we will not face the problems that we've seen in the last few days with some of the referees. And that is also, so therefore that's that. Using comic justice, yes. Zorav, if you asked me about that, yeah, if there is a football god, I think he took care of it. And the whole thing backfired, I felt, for the US, right? It felt like the whole tamasha that was built around the game backfired, and in my opinion, because it was too much. And in the end, yeah, Belgium has quality. Belgium, for the first time, really showed, or not first time, they showed it towards the end also against Senegal, what they potentially are capable of. So that is, I think, one of the things that we need to keep in mind. Also, has it been regarding Spain with Portugal match? Spain was better. Portugal, poor. Very poor, in my opinion. And let's see. And also, let's wait and see. So, Rava, it was the last World Cup. He now wants to play. But for me, Ronaldo was baggage for Portugal. I've said this before the World Cup in some of the lives, that to me, he was baggage because he was not able to do what he needs to do to be able to influence, a positive influence on his team. And to me, he was baggage. He was clearly baggage, and that was clearly evident yesterday. He had less than 10 touches in the second half, right? I mean, at least scored one or two sort of half chances, and but in the first half, but it was poor, and that is something which I guess that needs to be addressed. And it's as sad as it sounds, but those are some of the realities that there is, and yeah, and we need to look at that. And yeah, and tonight we will see the elimination of the next footballing legend, either Lionel Messi or Mo Salah from the World Cup tonight. So therefore, that's going to be an interesting one as well. And yeah, let's see what happens tonight. And interesting to see what happens, but it's all theoretically possible. So therefore, let's wait and see what happens. Do you see FIFA president resign after mockery of the removed red card due to Trump order? Zaravar, no, I don't see him resigning. Again, is it a Trump order? Is it a Trump request? Again, I don't know what it was, if there was, but again, they spoke about it. But it's also come out that England has been talking to FIFA, the English Prime Minister supposedly with the FA and via the FA not to change the kickoff timings of Mexico, England. So that's something which I think has gone totally underground. Keith Starmer supposedly had conversations. So there has been some of the things, and we have to talk about that some of these World Cups were influenced, right? 1934, Italy would have not won without the Mussolini government interfering, and of course, Argentina most probably would have not won 1978 if the junta, their dictatorship, did not intervene. And therefore, again, as bad as it is, it's not the first time that governments have intervened. It's just that politics and sports has been intertwined so much in the last few years that it's become a problem. This is Portugal reminded me of round of 6 where they played last time. Yeah, yeah. I found it. I mean, I was doing a watch along, but I found it uninspiring. Spain, very pragmatic. Portugal with no ideas. With that squad, Portugal has to be better. But the difference with Argentina said to have the kickoff. Argentina wants to play for Messi, right? So that to me is the big difference compared to Portugal, where Portugal I felt, um, we have Ronaldo, but uh, so therefore for me, yeah, it wasn't a good game in my opinion in the end, and I'll keep it. Argentina with kickoff playing from left to right in their traditional Albi Celeste jersey, blue and white, with Egypt in red jerseys and black shorts. Can the Pharaohs create an upset? Argentina on the wing. There's an Argentinian player on the ground, but Argentina continue to play. Paredes on his knee. Let's see that again. Ah, that hurts. People compare the red card thing with Balogun with the reduced punishment for Ronaldo at a World Cup. Yeah, Ocean. The problem is that can be compared. Messi not getting a red card should be mentioned. Sergio Aguero in the stands. That needs to be talked about. Why, why, why is XYZ player not being safeguarded? Right? To me, that's a problem. So let's wait and see what happens, and um, we'll have to wait and see. But to me, the Balogun incident's bad taste. I read there was an incident in Ranchi World Cup 2022 as overturned error match. Yeah, it has happened. This the section article 27, whatever you want to call it, is there, and let's wait and see. Chance the transfer was almost confirmed. Yeah, let's see Zoravar. Oh, that was not the best of clearances. Ibrahim. Chance for Argentina to break. Important interception by the Egyptians. Argentina with the ball. Lisandro Martinez. Rodrigo de Paul. Messi. Back to the Paul. Cristian Romero. Paredes. Romero. Out to Rodrigo de Paul. McAllister. Lionel Messi. Messi wants to play through for Tagliafico. He's making a 14th knockout appearance. FIFA World Cup, record equaling as that. And Egypt with the ball. Question is what they're going to do. How are they going to build? Back to their keeper, Shoubert. Out to Hafiz. Hafiz under pressure from the ball. Plays it to Ibrahim. Out to Hani. Lasheen. Back to Hani. Lasheen again. Hafiz. Out to Ashur. Yeah, Ashur. Oh, that hurt. Ashur. Tagliafico. Wide. Chance for Egypt to potentially break. Mohamed Salah. Salah brought down by Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, Egypt needs a strong Mo Salah tonight. Need a convincing Mo Salah tonight. The Belgium players mock Trump after scoring goals. Trump may put 100% tariff on Belgium. Where did they mock Trump? Lauer, where do you see the mocking part? The Belgians did their thing, you know. In the end, they were holding up the jersey of Onana because he got injured in the game. I think mocking is something else. The Belgians were there to do a job. The Americans were messed up. Nice through pass attempt. Egypt with the ball. Ashur out to Hafiz. Back to Ashur. Ashur keeps the ball. Ashur beats one, beats two. Oh, and doesn't get a foul against Molina. Argentina clear. Argentina, lose the ball. Under pressure. Ball cleared, but back with Hafiz. Rabia. Back to Hafiz. Allows the ball to go to Rodrigo de Paul, but that was also as bad. To Zico. Mohamed Zico. Ashur. Hafiz back to Ashur. Egypt wanting a little bit of the ball. Atia. Ibrahim. Egypt now on the right. And that is a foul. Tagliafico against Hassaim Hassan, the French-born Egyptian. Unexpected from him. Yeah, Zoravar. I like the Egyptian names as well. Mohamed Zico and Trezeguet in the squad. Ball into the danger zone. That's just about cleared. I think by Lisandro Martinez. Molina intercepted by Egypt. Can they keep in play? No, they can't. Mo Salah, Pinaldo and Pessi. You can, but if you would rate countries, then you would most probably rate Portugal and Argentina higher than Egypt. Do cast your votes. What do you think? And you know, so therefore, for me, chance for Argentina to break. Enzo Fernandez against Hani. That was a bad touch from Enzo Fernandez. Very bad touch. So we did any moments when signing Dem Perez. My question is, do you see him succeed in more like superstar as a star-studded squad? Again, that's the question I asked in the video. And I have a lot of questions to Ravar on how the clubs come to that conclusion, how they've signed players. He could, but he had a squad with which, given the realities, he could have won the ISL and he didn't. The team did falter, but even Punjab was in the race at some stage, right? So not to forget that. So I have my doubts about him, but let's see. Maybe he's better than Lobera. Argentina on the left. Ball into the middle to Messi. And Egypt clear. Yesterday predicted Ronaldo hat trick. Anibal, I think in the second half, you had a double hat trick of touching the ball. Um, and sorry, those of you who are Ronaldo fans, luckily Mr. Modi ended my time. Oh, ball through. Rodrigo de Paul. Rodrigo de Paul. And Enzo Fernandez puts it wide. So I was asked today to speak about Ronaldo and Neymar on Times Now. We were sadly interrupted by Prime Minister Modi. And after my two first opening sentences, I couldn't say anything more because to me, yesterday showed Ronaldo should not have started and should not be playing for Portugal. If you ask me, sorry. That was not good enough in this World Cup. Even though, yes, he did score his goals and this and that, but you saw against Spain yesterday, he was all over the place, but he was not there where we needed him. Also, Portugal played a bad tournament, right? I guess they got to the round of 16, but they didn't play a good tournament. Oliver Paul heads it back to Molina, back to Skipa and Martinez, and that's the reality. So now Ronaldo has gone from international football. When do you think he should have retired and where his status as an overall player right now? I wish he's surely one of the best of all times, but is he the best of all times? Is Messi the best of all times? I don't know. Right? Again, even in Portugal, if people say that he's the best ever, yes, he did win things, but I think from an influence perspective in regard to Portuguese football, oh, nicely done by the Egyptians. Yeah, but lose the ball or given as a foul against Enzo Fernandez. People very often forget to speak about Eusebio, right? So, and Eusebio as a black man in the 60s, in a Portuguese, in a racist Portugal, his achievements to me should be rated higher, right? So, because we today hype players too much, right? We hype too much. So, therefore, for me, I don't know. Is he the best of all times in Portugal? Maybe, maybe not. Is he of all times? No, he's not. He gets into the top list, but you know, yeah. I've never seen Portugal playing a good World Cup. They're always in some kind of struggle. Yeah, I never. Very true. And with that talent base that they have, it should have been different. Oh, I'm trying to find. Uh, I've been watching World Cup since 2014. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Egypt trying to get Argentina to run. I think that's a strategy which works. Argentina want to have control. Headed out. Throw in for Argentina on the left. Tagliafico. Paredes. Ball out to Tagliafico. Lisandro Martinez across to Christian Romero, back to his keeper. Emi Martinez, yeah, with Zico and Mohamed Salah lurking. Tagliafico back to Lisandro Martinez. Back to his keeper. Argentina trying to control the game, but again lose the ball to Egypt. Zico, not a clean pass, and that's another foul. And this time it should be a question of a card. Ashur. And the French referee saying, my friend, let's see that again. Yeah, he didn't touch the ball, but Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah. Hani with a good cross. Zico didn't get to it, but Egypt still with the ball. First situation where Egypt is trying to build a little bit of pressure on the Argentinians. Chipped. And that's a corner for Egypt. Mohamed Hani against Lisandro Martinez. Mario Kempes, Diego Maradona, and Lionel Messi. The 3 World Cup winning superstars of Argentina. That's a good ball in. And Egypt lead! Egypt lead! Yasser Ibrahim with the goal for Egypt in the 14th minute. Egypt are ahead against Argentina. The Egyptian Pharaohs are leading against Argentina at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And it is Yasser Ibrahim, the centre back from Al Ahly, with that goal. That's a good cross. And that's bad defending from Lisandro Martinez because he's behind the attacker. And a good header from Yasser Ibrahim to put Egypt ahead. And as Hannibal says, Argentina cooked. Well, they're not cooked. There is 75 minutes plus X to play. Let's say another 85 minutes approx. And that is where now Argentina have to show. But Argentina have shown their frailties. Ashur fights for the ball, keeps it, puts it in play. Mohamed Zico. That was a little bit too much trickery. Should have played the simple ball to Mohamed Salah. Argentina in trouble. Will the world champions not make it? Oh, Ashur, a little too strong. Mohamed Zico doesn't get to it. Sorry, Mustafa Zico. Why Mohamed? I don't know. Mustafa Zico. Very interesting career. Very interesting career. Egypt. Oh, is that a foul? Not given by the referee. Mo Salah wants a foul. The winner plays in Switzerland or Colombia, right? Yes, the winner plays either the Swiss or the Colombians. Game is being played in Argentina. Yeah, Hannibal, let's see what happens. But the game is being played in their half and Egypt have done well. And again, Argentina have not impressed me. I've said this from the start. The results have not been good, but, Capo Verde to me deserve to win. Neymar, Ronaldo, and Messi going out in 3 days. Ayush, let's see. And Mohamed Zico. Mustafa Ziko, sorry. Throw in Argentina. Interesting for this game. But Argentina will have to change things. Oh, that's a foul. And Hani with a foul on Julian Alvarez. No, sorry, it was Yassin Ibrahim, the goal scorer. Stamped his foot. Difficult for Egypt to keep the pace high of 120 minutes and penalty shootout in legs. Yeah, Roshan. Same thing for Argentina. And for me, Argentina is, I might, let's see if I'm proven right or wrong, but to me, Argentina aren't the fittest team in this World Cup, right? Yeah, that's the point, Roshan. So they've got, and Argentina looked finished for me, to me. They did get that goal in that second half of the extra time, but I felt Cape Verde was playing more of the game. And they've got a passing, oh, dangerous. And he gives a penalty. Penalty for Argentina. Okay. Haisem Hassan got relegated with Oviedo. Could be offside, yeah? Could be offside. Looks to me offside. And, oh, the touch doesn't look good, huh? Oh, no. Tagliafico. Let's see that from another angle. He runs into the man, right? He one second. Is he given the penalty? Is he giving the penalty? Is he not giving the penalty? He's giving the penalty. Okay. You can say that potential target addressing is based on their performance and based on performance and pedigree. Zoravar as well. Messi versus Mustafa Shobair from Ahali. To me, that's a weak penalty. Messi and penalty saved! Mustafa Shobair saves the penalty against Argentina. And that's a foul. That should be a foul. Mustafa Shobair with a brilliant save. And one of the Egyptians from the bench gets a yellow card. And wow. I don't think England are. It's a good save. Not the best penalty from Lionel Messi. And a good save by the Egyptian keeper. Oh, I haven't told you the latest news. Germany's being reinstated into the World Cup. They're going to directly play the final. Just to tell you that, because of Paraguay and other things, Germany's to play the final straight away. So, yeah. So, I don't know. Let's see. They might invite Italy as well. So, let's see. Good save from the keeper. Not a bad penalty, but a very good save from the Egyptian keeper. Oh, adds to the script of this match. Egypt ahead, and Lionel Messi's penalty save. 15th minute. Yasser Ibrahim with the lead. And Lionel Messi, to me, a little bit of a gifted penalty. And again, an Argentinian doesn't get a yellow card. There are too many things which have gone weird in the last few days, and a lot of questionable things. This World Cup slowly is reminding me of the Indian Super League and how certain decisions happened. From now, rooting for Egypt to win the World Cup. Anyway, go ahead. To me, yeah. Is this from homegrown or diaspora? Homegrown, Zoravar. Egypt has amongst the best league in Africa. And oh, and Zico doesn't look. Argentina win the ball. Ball cleared by Egypt. Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Lisandro Martinez. Yeah, that's Man U Liverpool for you and me. Crazy first half and drinks break after nearly 23 minutes. Argentina nil, Egypt 1. Who would have thought that? And the Egyptians are dancing in the stands. Yasser Ibrahim's header, the difference between these two. Wow, who would have thought so? That Egypt would lead against Messi's Argentina. Crazy one to think, but that's the situation at this moment in time. Argentina nil, Egypt 1. Ball possession, Argentina 55-45. And interestingly, the XG value 0.79 for Argentina and 0.19 only for Egypt. But again, one big chance for both. Enzo Fernandez putting it wide and Egypt putting it into the goal. Argentina 137 passes to Egypt's 109. Interestingly, 6-3 tackles from the Argentinians, which proves the point that the South Americans play the rougher game of football. And if we look at ratings, rated player is Yasser Ibrahim, of course, because he scored the goal. And everybody else is not really in the top values. Interesting to see. And Aissa Hassan, the worst rated player at the moment, because, yeah. And that is something which is interesting. Damn, Messi missing all pens. Yeah, blue happens. Doesn't need to happen. Could happen. Come on, is rooting for Egypt too. There are a lot of mummies, you know, not mummies or mamas, but mummies who in their graves in the Egyptian desert are maybe rooting for the Egyptian pharaohs. Hi, Raj, welcome back. Capo Verde should have won that match, and Argentina aren't them anymore. Yeah. So, Blue, that's what I said the other day. To me, or I said it yesterday as well. Argentina have been trying to fight for Lionel Messi again because one guy is running much lesser than the rest. And again, if you have a passenger, that's a problem. It was shown last night with Portugal that if you have a passenger, it becomes difficult. And even with players, oh, already a small child crying. Um, let's see. Last World Cup for Messi, right? I would think so. And Arsene Wenger in conversation with someone who I know but whose name I have forgotten. Um, so therefore, for me, yeah, that's it. Mommy Black Magic. No, they don't need Black Magic. They wasn't Ghana Black Magic or something, huh? Egypt trying to attack on that wing. Nice little ball to Ashur. Back to Hafiz. Here. Hani. Hassan. Back to the goal scorer, Yasser Ibrahim. Atia. Yasser Ibrahim chips it forward, and Argentina keep it in play. Paredes gets it back. Oop. Argentina keep the ball. Messi has missed a lot of crucial penalties for Argentina versus Chile, Copa America final versus Ireland 2018 World Cup, and now 2 pens in 2022 World Cup. 2026, not a good record for such player. Well, it happens. Question is, how many of those penalties were justified? Right? So that's the reality. Most of the Egyptian players play in the National League, even yes, everyone plays in Egypt. Yeah, Animan, they do. Of course, they've got Zamalek and Al Ahly as very big teams. Mummies maybe in the stadium. Hopefully not. And, potentially both Portugal and Argentina get knocked out within 24 hours. So that was possible, but it's too early to speak about it. Argentina nearly with the equalizer. Great save from Mustafa Shobair. And the keeper keeping his team in this game. Argentina to get their chances, but Egypt need to be better. That was Len Martins who I was talking to. No, that was who was that? I think he was a French player. Argentina lose the ball. Egypt get the ball back into their lines. Shobair to Rabia. Oh, that's a foul. That's a push. Foul not given. Oh. Messi, Lionel Messi. Messi. Enzo Fernandez shot is blocked. And the ball is with Shobair. Mohamed Salah wants a foul, not given, against Lisandro Martinez. Do you think big countries benefit from the addition break or come better out of the breaks? Roshan, maybe bigger countries. I guess it's about the who is the better coach and does the coaching. Oh, chance for Egypt. Romero. Mohamed Salah should have done more with that. And that shows to me Mohamed Salah is not his fittest. In his prime, Mohamed Salah would have put that away easily for Egypt. Argentina at the other end. Ball out to Rodrigo de Paul, directly into the middle, but cleared by Rabia. Mo Salah, good one from Paredes. Lisandro Martinez. And that is given as a foul. Yeah, that's weak. That's, again, even a French referee, McAllister, that's too cheap. That's too cheap a foul. He goes into the man, turns, falls down. Sorry, not a foul. François Letessier, very, very weak. FIFA has to really think about refereeing because the refereeing standard at this World Cup has been the poorest that I've seen in a FIFA World Cup. Cross and a header. It was McAllister. Free kick for Argentina. Will it be indirect? It looks like it. Little Messi and Paredes over the ball. But I don't think that Leandro Paredes will get a touch of the ball. Or Messi might try directly. Or will he allow Paredes to score? Lionel Messi. Messi! And good save. Or no save. Corner given, but Shobair says, I didn't touch it. Let's see that again. Messi beats, gets it curling around. And Shobair, doesn't get a touch to it. And for example, the new corner technology is good. That you can come out in a very few seconds. Say, listen, this was a corner, this wasn't a corner. And that ball was out. Throw in for Egypt. 31.5 minutes played. Egypt nicknames the Pharaohs. Yes, the Egyptian Pharaohs. FIFA should hire Pranjal Banerjee and Crystal John. Listen, if what I've seen of some of these referees, I don't think Pranjal Banerjee or Crystal John are much worse. Sorry, I know you're making a joke out of it, Zoravar, but the Uzbek guy was pathetic. France, Paraguay, and he's supposedly one of the best in Asia. So, and even this French referee again Egyptians getting away with it, right? The Argentinians rather. For me, is a problem. Was a problem, is a problem. Egypt potentially with a chance to break. Lisandro Martinez against Zico. Lisandro Martinez kicks it out of play. That shows me, right, that in the past the Argentinians would have tried to play the ball out, not try to safeguard and not concede a goal. Scaloni has a lot of thinking to do. Julian Alvarez, and now wants the Egyptians to take a quick throw in. The Egyptians taking that. This 5 second rule, of course, also not working because nobody knows when it's starting, when it's ending. Egypt, ball in, headed out by Romero. And that will be given as a foul, I guess. Yeah, the Egyptians showcasing the Argentinians are play acting. Let's see that. Mohanad Lashim plays for Pyramids FC. Julian Alvarez on the ground. Even after problems of foul inconsistency. Everything is an inconsistency, bro. Fouls, cards, VR. Crystal John is defamed mostly for that Chetri free kick in 2020, which was legit and a right decision, but still Blasters fan bullied him. Yeah. Yeah. And if you say that, that again, look at the mistakes at the World Cup. At the World Cup, supposedly the best referees are there. This is supposedly a top referee from Europe, right? And again, there's a little is it unconscious biasness or something? I don't know. It again, and that is something which I'm questioning now. Egypt play the ball out to the wing. Ashur, Salah, Ashur gets it across to Lachine. Still with the Egyptians. Ashur, easily stolen, but Egypt steal it back. Oh, little over ambitious. Hafiz, the left back. Karim Hafiz also plays for Pyramids FC. Long ball from Emi Martinez, headed out by the Egyptians. Romero, Christian Romero. Leaves it to Paredes, who plays it out to Tagliafico, who's got some space. McAllister, Messi, and the Egyptians are trying to clear their lines and don't in the end. Ashur with a touch, throw in for Argentina. Molina to take it. Throws it all the way back to Christian Romero. Lisandro Martinez. Looking for options. McAllister. Fernandez. The ball. Paredes. Romero. Back to Paredes. Lisandro Martinez. Ball out to Tagliafico. Paredes. Yeah, looking at options, but Molina went offside. Still with the Argentinians. So trying to find space. Ashur chests it down, whacks it out. Zico. Mohamed Zico. That's bad positioning. Easy header. Pyramids FC, what? Yeah, that's a real club, Hannibal. Honestly, the poll quality has gone down since going to MLS. Yeah, very true. Intensity missing, huh? And he's also on that wide position. I don't know if he's really that value, right? And the Egyptians are playing hard if it needs be. Ashur. Oh, that's a good ball. Romero nearly loses it to Mohamed Salah. The first of the Argentinians are stretching already. Lionel Messi on the right. And that's a bad pass intercepted by the Egyptians. Messi. and it doesn't get even close to the goal. Diego Simeone back in the stadium with his wife and in an Argentina jersey. Once more the goal for the Egyptians. Yasser Ibrahim, and then Mustafa Shobair with the save against Lionel Messi. Headed on by the Egyptians, but no one there. Argentina with the ball. Molina. Ball back with the ball. Paredes. Out to Tagliafico, who's again very, very free. Good ball in the middle. Oh, what a save from Mustafa Shobair. Good opportunity for Julian Alvarez. But Mustafa Shobair once more in the way. Great attack by the Argentinians. Tagliafico plays it back to a striker. Julian Alvarez does well, but the keeper somehow gets his fingers to the ball. Outstretched arm, brilliant save. Mustafa Shobair. And the ball just about goes past the goalpost. What a save from the 26-year-old who's played all his career for Al Ahly in Cairo. Be it his youth, be it his senior team, he's always played for them. What a talent. But he's down now. That stretched arm. Hopefully there's nothing that he injured himself. They need him. Being pulled up. Getting a warning. And Diego Simeone sitting half on his seat. Very, very worried. And the Egyptian Pharaohs, for the moment, are celebrating. Because Egypt are leading against the mighty Argentina. Corner from the right from Lionel Messi. Ashur against McAllister. McAllister just pushing and shoving. Ashur doing nothing. Yeah. Now we get to the dark arts of the Argentinians. Fair play isn't something of South American football. Oh, that header goes wide, and it's a goal kick for Egypt. This is something which I've realized at this World Cup, right? That I think the referees need to really step up, be it a Paraguay, be it a Uruguay. A lot of it has nothing to do with football, right? So even the Argentinians sometimes, the Brazilians as well, right? Neymar never gets to the penalty. Should be sent off for what he did to Martin Odegaard. Boy, it's the second yellow card. How would you rate the performance of Lautaro Martinez, Emi Martinez in Holland's World Cup? Okay, okay, okay. Nothing much to speak about. I guess Emi Martinez kept Argentina in the game in one or two games, but the attackers, it's all about Messi, right? Throw in Argentina on the right. And the referee doesn't even start his 5-second countdown. I don't know why this 5-second rule was introduced in football. I love the idea, but it has no value if the players can take 10 seconds to get ready and then have another, few seconds on it. Argentina on the ball. Rodrigo de Paul, Leandro Paredes puts it to the left. Tagliafico, shot blocked. Ball out. Emi Martinez to get it. 41 plus minutes. Argentina, 7 attempts, 3 on goal. And Egypt, 2 attempts, 1 on goal. Yeah, this will be now a lot of defending from the Egyptians. Into the danger zone. Egypt clear. Argentina back with the ball. Who's going to take the shot? Messi. Alvarez. And that goes wide. Messi fans very, very worried at this moment. Yeah, goalkeeper now starting to count down. And it's a throw in for Egypt on the left defensive side. They will want to take that 1-0 into the break. Hossam Hassan, one of the Egyptian greats. Oh, that was class from Mo Salah. But Mo Salah loses the ball to McAllister. But McAllister loses the ball as well. Oh, Molina. Wasn't that a punch in the face of Ashur? Egypt playing nicely. Romero wins the ball. No, sorry, that was Paredes. But that looked dodgy from the ball. Messi. Messi loses the ball, but that's given as a foul. Poor refereeing. I continue with that. That's a poor refereeing. Mo Salah having another word with the referee and actually laughing at the referee. That says you all what you need to know. 44 minutes now on the clock. Free kick, Argentina, a little to the right. Shober, Mostafa Shober, the man of the first half for Egypt so far. What a performance by the 26-year-old keeper. We've had now a few exceptional performances from keepers. Beat Newland for Norway against Brazil the other night. Egypt playing football. Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, and Mo Salah seems hurt. Let's see who does the foul. Yeah, Julian Alvarez, and then Christian Romero. That's a yellow card. Sorry. Is the referee going to allow the Argentinians to get away with murder? Would be my question. He does call the foul, but he's not pulling the card. Very poor. Very, very poor. Switzerland was Columbus has the edge. To me, Switzerland. A legit question. Do you think will we go to the brink of the World Cup evolution AFC after all today? Quality OCI pure player. Zigzag, no idea. Let the OCIs come. Again, you others have asked these questions this way, that way. I don't know. I would hope so. But again, for us, let's qualify for Asia Cup first. World Cup qualification. We're not even close at the moment. Everyone is doing players of origin, right? Some Prime Minister Modi said something about origin players today in Indonesia today. I think it was some conversation. Argentina shocked, Egypt rocked. Yeah. Argentina with the ball. 5 minutes of added time in the first half. So Zigzag, OCI's POs, let's let them come, let them start playing. Let's see if we're going to survive even from if we're forced to play the first round of the qualifiers. Let us survive that first and then have other conversations. Ball into the danger zone. Egyptian defender pushed. Egypt headed out. Lisandro Martinez. Ball for Messi. Headed out, but good one from Hafiz, and his keeper has it. Argentinian players are so arrogant and referee is scared. I don't know if he's scared, but to me, he's not giving the calls. And again, the sarcastic laughs of Mo Salah says you everything that you need to know. Zico on the ground. Emi Martinez is going to go long. Oh, and that should be a foul from Julian Alvarez. And we should be talking about cards now. We need to talk about cards. I'm really fed up of this rubbish refereeing. These referees are shite. Let's call it out. They're rubbish, right? That's purpose. Player goes down, yellow card, khatam, done. So how the Egypt national team compete with European teams with 80% domestic league players? Their league is good. The Egyptian league is good. Do not underestimate Zamalek and Al Ahly or Pyramids, right? Hassan Hassan trying to get someone ready in the worst case. At least under 17 reached the quarterfinal knockout and lost to China in a nice performance. Anyone, don't overestimate that, right? What is it going to bring us? How are these girls given experience at under 20 level? How are the under 20 girls then given experience? How is that all of that happening, right? The defender, is he allowed to stay on? It seems like Rami Rabia, yeah, is allowed to stay on. Hassan, yeah, keeps the ball in play. The man born in France, headed out by Lisandro Martinez. Rodrigo de Paul. Rodrigo de Paul plays it back to Molina. Romero. 3.5 minutes already from 5 gone in the first half added time. Argentina need at least a goal to stay in the match. Messi. Ball out to the wings. Messi. Lionel Messi wants to go on a run. But Mo Salah is following him. Julian Alvarez drops. Alvarez. Messi. Enzo Fernandez. Paredes. No. Alvarez. Messi. Messi again. Tagliafico. And that's going to be Hani clears against the other number 3. Good game by the Egyptians. Mamouche in Germany in the internal stage with second year Frankfurt, then he got chance. Zigzag, he was at Wolfsburg, didn't do much, and then Eintracht Frankfurt exceptional season, and then went to that league. And it seems like the Egyptians are going to make a substitution. Is in a proper standard Women League in 17 without competition for months? How will they improve? I know, and that's the point. The Chinese will improve. So development is done in Egypt. Not really. Not really. Omar Mamouche. Wadi Deglia, and then went to Wolfsburg. He was never Eintracht Frankfurt 2, Wolfsburg 2. Yeah, that was the point. His breakthrough, he went to Wolfsburg, didn't really break through initially, and then he did break through in the first team. Loan spells in St. Pauli, Stuttgart, and then at Eintracht Frankfurt, he had the breakthrough. That ball goes far. Those 3 years with Wolfsburg 2, I think, or Wolfsburg 2, sorry, Wolfsburg 2, I have to say, were very, very important. Long ball, and the Egyptian keeper, pushed by McAllister. And at some stage, it's halftime, and 4 of the Egyptian players are down with injuries. It seems like, is it 4, 5? And Shobair having a word with the ref, or shouting something at the ref. At halftime, Argentina 0, Egypt 1. We're heading towards maybe a sensational upset in this World Cup at this moment in time as we speak. Wow. That would be sensational in my opinion if this result stands. Let's wait and see what happens. Once more, the reminder, if you haven't, do like, do share, do subscribe to Arun Foot here on YouTube. And if you haven't, do watch my other content. I haven't linked my latest one, which I did on, of course, East Bengal and Mohun Bagan announcing their new coach. And therefore do watch it. So therefore enjoy that one, and like, share, and subscribe as always. So again, um, let's wait and see what happens. So therefore, that is something which does happen. One second. One second. I just have a quick break. I'll be back. One second. Um, Let me continue. Ah, so I pronounce the German name very good. Thank you, Zigzag. Yeah. The born and brought up in Germany, I should be able to pronounce the German names. So generally, I what I find very important, what I've learned when I used to do originally used to do commentary here in Germany, I learned it at Deutsche Welle. The first thing is um, pronounce the names of people properly. That's the first thing people used to say. I said, yeah, listen, you know, you know, and you know, um, so therefore for me, uh, very important, and yeah, so therefore for me, it's something that I always said. If you pronounce the names, ideally you should pronounce it the way that the players want it to be pronounced. If it's right, that's the best thing that can happen to you. If it's not, then it's a bit of a problem. But to me, I try and do that. I've tried to do that over my life, and I try to do it even today if I can, whenever I need pronounce names. Egypt, the real dark horse. Let them win this one first, Blue. Let's see who ends up in the round of eight. Um, because to me, if I look at France, Morocco, Spain, Belgium, let's say the top half of the group, Spain, France, that semi-final to me is normally the champion of this tournament. I think that France and Spain, if they win their respective matches, they're the best teams in this tournament, and therefore for me, that I would say. But then if you look at the rest, Norway, England, cracker of a game. Um, and then let's see who wins Argentina, Egypt, and Switzerland, Colombia. So all the teams still left. Um, the top six who've already qualified for the quarters, and the four teams in the round of 16 left. So therefore, for me, all to play for. So European scouts go to Egypt to find talent. Yeah, yeah. Or Egyptian players come and um, you know um, try their luck, like Mohamed Salah tried the luck in Europe and then got a contract. Who has East Bengal FC signed as coach? East Bengal FC has signed nobody, if I'm right. East Bengal Club have signed Antonio Lopez Havas. Do watch my short video. I've linked it here now. um, in regard to yeah, that Senor Habas is now the new head coach of East Bengal FC. Interesting one on one side. Let's see how that works out for Senor Habas, and we'll have to wait and see for that. I saw a GM Triple C fan page posting that it is in talks with cover a national team 40-year-old goalkeeper Vozinha. Is it true? Hannibal, I've not heard anything. Would again, it's would it again, as good as he was and as good as he is, but to me, does it make sense to put Vozinha into that position, right? To sign him as a 40-year-old to come to the league, um, having Albino Gomes, I don't think that makes sense to me. Hey Sagar, good day. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing fine, Sagar. I hope you're doing well as well, and you've been able to catch some of the action in the World Cup and have enjoyed that action. So hopefully that's good. Messi missing penalties. What day has it come? And felt really sad for Ronaldo crying. Even a Messi fan, unfortunately, his likely last Portugal match ended in bad retrospect. Shanata, Messi's been missing penalties. Someone said it a little earlier in quite a number of games across competitions. So someone actually wrote it in the comments relatively early on, directly after the penalty. So this is not a sort of new phenomenon which has cropped up yesterday and suddenly, Lionel Messi is missing penalties. That's happened in the past as well. Uh, you know, uh, uh, you know. So therefore, for me, and so yeah, it happens. And let's see, Egypt will make pyramids before they post this stuff. Let's see, Blue. They will, you know, figure out something. I think that Egypt will try and score a second. I think that they could bring in Omar Marmoush in the second half after 60 minutes. That would put pressure on Romero and on Lisandro Martinez, because a fresh Omar Marmoush might be an X factor for Egypt, in my opinion, at least. That is something that you could bring on. And the Argentinians, to me, are first of all not playing good football. Uh, you know, and so to me, let's see how they play. Egypt are pressuring Argentina. Good pressing, fast attacks, and good defense. And what header by Yasser Ibrahim. So good. Yeah. Shanlata, that's football to you, to me, to us. It was a good attack. And that's the reality of things. And of course, yeah, great goalkeeping as well. I think we need to mention, to me, the player of the half is Mostafa Shobair, the 26-year-old from Al Ahly, who's been phenomenal, right? Not only the penalty, but also that save against Julian Alvarez has been the pick of the players. Or now, after watching this World Cup till now, I've realized how much of a difference a goalkeeper makes in game scoreline and moral-wise. We have seen who after Sunil, but who is next? Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. Anupam, I don't know. That's a good question. I sometimes feel a young Ritik Tiwari might be potentially an answer to our queries. Our coaches, for whatever reason, have been sort of also weakening our goalkeepers for unknown reasons to me. But yeah, Ritik Tiwari to me sounds to me a potential long-term solution, but we'll have to see. François Letizier of France is a very experienced referee. He was in the final of Euro in which Spain won, and seen him in Europa final when Aston Villa beat Freiburg. Yeah, but again, to me, he's soft on the Argentinians. I think there were 2-3 yellow cards in there for them again today, which were not given, and that to me is a concern that they're getting away and the Egyptians are getting cards, and that doesn't work, right? So for me, if you ask me, um, that's a bit of a problem, and I don't know what the solution is to that, but yeah, let's wait and see. And again, if I see the ratings, Mustafa Shubair, now the highest rated player, not surprisingly, has been exceptional. And crazy, the XG value for Argentina is 1.51 compared to 0.21 for Egypt. So this shows you what the XG value has. That football is still a game that has to be played, and no XG value or betting odds or whatever. Uh, you know, so therefore that's the thing that will have to be seen. This game seems to be very interesting in second half. Yeah, looks to be very very interesting, and therefore that's something we'll have to wait and see. Do you think African countries have improved to be par level with European, Brazil, and Argentina? They had a worst AFCON, which made African football look dumb. Shaggy, AFCON, keep AFCON aside and keep the World Cup aside, because there are teams who, for whatever reason, do good in World Cups and don't do good in AFCON, or have not done. Um so that's one thing. And with Morocco as my prime example, with origin players, these teams are much, much stronger than they would have been um, a decade or 15 years back. Right? Morocco is a prime example. Morocco is developing its football, but de facto, all its players were born abroad. Right? It's 100% origin team. Uh, Ghana has origin players. Senegal has origin players. Tunisia had. Algeria had. Egypt has. So therefore, South Africa has this. Congo had many. So therefore, that is a key factor. And African football has gotten better. And African football, with the origin players, has gotten more structure, more organization, which is helping them in these competitions. While football in South America, in my opinion, has dropped, right? Brazil is not a top footballing nation, right? They could have, if Japan had pulled through, Japan should have won against Brazil. But in the second half, for whatever reason, they were scared of playing football and trying to win that game, right? They dropped back, allowed them to play. Yeah. Messi has missed 4 penalties World Cup, batting shootouts twice more than any other player, which is crazy, huh? It's just crazy to think. So do you think the way Belgium made the US to be out of this World Cup 4-1, I think they sent message to Spain and France, and also this World Cup is unpredictable. Zigzag, it was Belgium's best game. They started playing after that 0-2 against Senegal for some reason, but I still think if you're looking, again, if I'm looking what we've seen so far, then to me, France and Spain are by far the strongest teams in this competition, right? So to me, um, for me, those two are a cut above the rest. They have been throughout, and most probably they will be. And therefore, yeah, let's wait and see what the other countries can do. Watched whole Brazil versus Norway and missed Mexico game, but didn't waste my time. What an unexpected result! One moment, Neymar scored comeback goal just before Brazil knocked out. Double emotions. Yeah, but Shanlata, he never should have gotten to that penalty, right? I mean, again, poor refereeing. Why are we playing 7 minutes of added time? Why are we giving a penalty in 7.5 minutes? And why does Neymar get a red card, a second yellow for that infringement on Martin Odegaard and send off? So again, all of that is nice, but there is some decisions for, especially some of these teams like Brazil, like Argentina, which are very dubious in my opinion. Well done, Haaland. After seeing Norway gameplay seriously, they could compete any team whenever. Nusa as ball shows all skills. Haaland is brilliant. Norway playing so good football. Yeah, but Nusa, for example, Antonio Nusa wasn't that good. Yeah, so it was the substitute who came on who set up the goal. So they have options also, right? And if I look at, of course, we talk about Martin Odegaard, but don't talk about Sander Berg or Patrick Berg. So therefore, those are some of the things. Substitution for Egypt. Ashur goes off. That's a weakening. And Hamdi Fati comes on, who plays for Al Wakra in the Qatar Stars League. Yeah, has been there for the last 3 years. 31-year-old, experienced player. And one of my favorites, Iman Ashur. Really like the gameplay from that 28-year-old who has tried his luck at Midtjylland, didn't make it, and came back to Egypt. Let's see what he can do. And of course, Egypt have the young, talented Hamza Abdel Karim, the 18-year-old Barcelona B striker. So for me, yeah, couple of young goalkeepers in Europe. Shom Kumar is one of them. Yeah, but Shom, let's see. where we go. If you want players in French team now, yeah, they pick the best, right? Argentina directly in attack, play through, cleared by Egypt. Potential, but again, if not called up for national team and not given Ginter, will be too close at the back as well to try out more goalkeepers instead of sticking with Gopit Singh Sandhu steady tries. Anupam, to me, the only example and the only problem is with, again, Som Kumar thrown in by Sagar. Sagar, have you seen him play in the ISL the season before? He was not ready for senior level football. And again, therefore, the boy cannot be mentioned in connection with the national team. Hey, Sasha, I'm glad Belgium beat the States. According to FIFA's own laws, the US could be subject to suspension because of political influence. Well, obviously, that won't happen. Yeah, but there are questions about um, the UK Prime Minister having a word with FIFA officials regarding the kickoff timing from Mexico, England. So that's the BBC is exposed. And are we going back in history with where other governments have been influenced? So therefore, I don't know what it is. I talk about it, I just remember Trump made those statements. Yes. Will this hydration break be there forever? Chetan, I think at top level football, yes. I'd like to see Norway and France in the final. Yeah, let's see. Could be possible. So Marcus supporting those sports. Yeah, nothing much to say. So whom you prefer, Ron Lutra or GSS? I've not seen Rowan Lutra as I've heard about him. I've seen his profile, but I've never seen him play. So I can't have an opinion about Rowan. Just for this for throw names in, but if I don't see them, I know a lot of people having opinions about players they don't know. Ooh, dangerously Argentina in the box. Attempt and good save. Rodrigo de Paul, good save from Mustafa Shober. Strong keeping as well. Why Brazil feels helpless last minutes when they had attack? They are running and defending two counters and gone and lack teamwork will not prevent. Sure, they are very good, but lacking because they're not that good. Changnata, you know, he's not that good, and Brazil needs to rebuild. And Ancelotti was an interesting gamble. I don't think it paid off, right? If I look at it, foul from Tagliafico against Isam Hassan. You can see that, yeah, touches the ball, but also touches the foot of the player. FIFA and Trump did clear preferentially when Balogun, thank God US is out. Yes, Shanata, let's see what happens on that, if anything happens on that, that I want to see. Let's focus on this one. Egypt, 48 plus minutes, still leading 1-0 against Argentina. Argentina having to chase. Oh, Egypt lose the ball, win the ball. Oh, that's a through ball. Lionel Messi. And it's a goal kick. Interesting. Brazil are missing a top forward like Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Adriano. Sasha, they're missing good central midfielders, I feel. Casemiro is past his prime. Fabinho was even used for some of them. I think that's their biggest problem. They don't have real good, players, and they didn't pick their best players, right? Argentina win the ball. Mo Salah has to do more, get more involved. Molina. Looked like the ball had left the field. No, didn't. Rodrigo de Paul. Romero. Paredes. Enzo Fernandez. Tagliafico. Romero. De Paul. Molina with a cross. Cleared by Egypt. Chance for Egypt to break. Haissam Hassan against Lisandro Martinez, the man born in France, and earns a throw-in for Egypt. Said, Nile Kovala Played in Mumbai City Academy, then got six in Black and Rovers. Then he chose Canada national team to play for the U17 team. Yes, Zigzag. I've heard about him and his journey. I agree that we're talking about potential only. I don't see anyone who's reliable. We will have to check in 2, 3 years. That's my problem, guys. Gurpreet has to stay for a little longer, and some of the others as well. And if you see the performances of some of those players who are 37, 38, 39, then that conversation that we would have had in the past, footballers are getting older, because I saw the younger ones in London and it was a disaster. But again, nobody wants to listen to that, right? Because there's this whole push about under 23s are great, this and that and everything. Lisandro Martinez, 50 plus minutes on the clock. Enzo Fernandez, Paredes, back to Enzo. Paredes, Rodrigo de Paul. Ball out to Tagliafico. Lisandro, Paredes, double pass, header, and the Egyptians clear their lines. Tagliafico with the ball. McAllister, Enzo, McAllister. Paredes loses the ball. Was that a foul from Mo Salah? Argentina lucky. And FIFA is not showing us the replay. Headed out by Mohamed Shobair. Argentina with a long range attempt. Mustafa Shobair didn't touch it. Paredes, let's see that again, that replay. You can give that foul. It's a can, but it's not a must. But do you think he would have chosen India and if not contacted him to play for India? Zigzag, if he's playing in England, if he's an Indian passport holder, he doesn't get into the Blackburn Academy. So I think he was without knowing, I would think that he uh, was a Canadian passport holder. So therefore that question doesn't arise. Oh, that was a bad touch. Could have been better for Egypt. Why are we not seeing tiki-taka now being deployed? I don't see much of it because it's become much more direct. It's not a lot of playing around physical attributes. Referee in the way. So, Shaggy, for me, physical attributes is something which has become much more important in football. And again, it's about direct play, direct gameplay, and yeah, again, Spain played sort of a little bit of tiki taka yesterday. I would have said Argentina with the ball. Messi, Lisandro Martinez lays it out to Enzo. Tagliafico with a cross. Egypt heads it out only as far as Lionel Messi. Messi loses the ball against Mo Salah. Atia, and that's cleared by Christian Romero. Those counter-attacks could be dangerous. How was that even a foul? To me, no, it wasn't. If you ask me, can be given, as I said, but I don't think it was. And these 50-50 are always going for Argentina at this World Cup, I feel. I don't know, I might be wrong, but that's been my feeling throughout the tournament, guys. Throw in Egypt. Hani with the ball. Clears his lines, but there is no one. Egypt has to sustain too much pressure, not creating moments of where they're trying to play football. McAllister. Paredes. Enzo. Messi down. Can see that again. Oh, yeah, that's a foul. A little rough from the substitute, Hamdi Fati. So do you think South American football will become more physical than some technical football? And when we see South American teams as European teams, I see European teams struggled a lot, except France. Zigzag, even France, South American football has always been physical. It's just that at the moment, nobody's stopping this physicality, in my opinion. Messi with the free kick. Plays it short. Paredes. Enzo. Back to Romero. Argentina seem to have wasted that free kick. Rebuild. Enzo Fernandez. Molina. Seems like the defenders stay up. Lionel Messi. Messi 1, Messi 2. Loses the ball. Egypt clear their lines, but there's no one up there. Sasha's answers to Shaggy, it just evolved now. It's rare to see team play short in even every third of the field. Now they play short just to open space. Oh, that's a good chance for the Egyptians, for the Argentines, sorry. And again, Mustafa Shober in the way. And again, it was Tagliafico, who's playing more as a left attacking winger than a left back. So therefore, yeah, very true, Sasha. I don't know if it's delusion, but I really want Norway to win this World Cup. Let's see, Blue. If a traditional World Cup winning country wins it, or if there's someone new, as I said from the start, to me, Norway is always a wild card. Throw in for Egypt on the left. Paredes clears it. So therefore, for me, Norway surely in the mix. Norway, England should be a cracker of a game. Yeah, and therefore, let's wait and see what happens in that one. And so, when I see the South American team play each other, I think each player have internet flair to create and make tackles. Yeah, can be, no? If you look at Copa America and the qualifiers, it's bizarre. Argentina again with the ball. Long range. Egypt clear their lines. Oh, Argentina win it back. Lisandro Martinez against Hani. Lisandro wants wins it. Egypt wins it. Haissam Hassan beats one, beats two, beats three. Haissam Hassan still on the ball. Plays it to Mo Salah. Mo Salah plays it across to, and that's 2-0 Egypt! Mustafa Ziko scores a second for Egypt in the 58th minute. Wow, wow, wow. What a counter-attack from Egypt. It's Argentina nil, Egypt 2. Egypt 2. The Pharaohs are leading against the world champions. And Messi and his team are looking close to a World Cup exit. Wow, what a goal from Egypt. And that goal, to a large extent, belongs to Haissem Hassan, the man born in France, plays at Real Oviedo in Spain, the Paris boy. Wow. Lisandro Martinez, nah, that's not enough. And then the counterattack. What a goal from Egypt. But is it a foul on Lisandro Martinez? Nah, for me, it's not enough. Sorry, guys. Don't tell me you're going to give this a foul. Hoysem Hassan. Hoysem Hassan. Mo Salah. Don't tell me he's going to cancel the goal. One sec. He's giving a free kick. Wow. Wow. Do best to counter attack. They're sitting too deep. Yeah. No, they're not done and dusted. So I think Pep like coaches make the football more robotics, and we can't see the flair. What we see in older players, I think we need coaches encourage flair. Yeah. Well, give the World Cup to. Yeah, yeah. This is joke. Sorry, this is the joke. Sorry. How can you cancel? I mean, there's a contact, uh, and yeah, it's a joke. Sorry, it's a joke. If you're gonna call that a foul, right? If you're gonna call that a foul, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's and this shows you to my friends who love to watch Indian football. If you think if you think that VR is going to be the solution to all ills of refereeing mistakes in Indian football, uh, you know, this is insane, insane. And the questions about this World Cup, in my head, are going higher and higher. Where are we heading with this? Enzo Fernandez, Argentina got another get out of jail card. This time he's not giving a foul. Again, an Argentinian player on the ground. Mo Salah. Mo Salah pays it to Haisem Hassan. Earns a throw in for Egypt. Does the best. Perfect record, Norway Brazil game. In some sort of way, if the second goal it stood, but again, this is earlier in the game. Norway scored their goals very late. Even Argentina players were not even asked. They asked after the goal. Okay, hope VR never comes to India. Sea Blue, today Infantino feels Argentine. Yeah, maybe. Ayush. It's it started this whole tamasha started with the whole, we Ronaldo's red card taken back, let him play the World Cup. This it started with that, right? But the Ronaldo fans will always say, oh, this whole thing is fixed towards Messi. No, Ronaldo is part of this game, right? Egypt, lovely combination play. That ball doesn't get to Mohamed Zico. Good defending from Lisandro Martinez. I'm fan of VR for big decision, but this is ridiculous. You'd have to check every single physical contact at this rate. Sasha, perfectly. You've explained it perfectly. If I'm gonna go into these kind of and then I go back to decisions of like, okay, you've made mistakes. How are you gonna call them back? There was a huge thing in Germany today. Oliver Kahn made a fun of it and saying, listen, if yellow cards are being taken back or red cards being taken back, is the yellow card against Michael Ballack taken back? Uh, Mohamed Salah loses it against Lisandro Martinez. But Oli Khan made a fun of it and said, yeah, Michael Ballack's yellow card should be rescinded and the final replayed against Brazil, which is really funny and then got a lot of reactions to it. Um, I think comment section has some personal issue with Argentina. Exact. Maybe they have, maybe they don't. But don't you think that this VR decision is ridiculous? I mean, to me, is VR should only step in if there is a clear-cut mistake. The referee allowing play on, is it a clear cut mistake? It's a 50-50 thing. You could give it, you don't have to give it. Right? So that to me, that those principles, the basic principles of football are being eroded at the moment in this tournament. Messi nearly losing the ball. The Egyptians now, even with that goal not given, are more charged up, it looks at the moment. Argentina don't know what to do. Tagliafico has to play back to his keeper. Emi Martinez has to play long. And that ball will go out. Egypt will take their time. And Scaloni is ready to make substitutions. Lautaro Martinez as well as Nicolas Gonzalez are coming on or are about to set to come on. Argentina need to do something. Paredes, De Paul, Paredes, Molina. Back to Paredes. Rodrigo de Paul. Lionel Messi. Rodrigo de Paul. Chips it for Molina. Oh, that was dangerous. For Mohamed Zico. Trying to chest it to his, you know, let's just via replay Maradona and ball goal. Yeah, there's a lot of things. A lot of decisions which can happen, right? Nico Gonzalez and Lautaro Martinez. Tagliafico coming off. I thought he was one of the better ones. And Rodrigo de Paul, meaning two real strikers. And Rodrigo de Paul going off means someone maybe on the right. Corner for Argentina. Nearly 66 minutes on the clock. Taken shot by Messi. Ball back to Messi. Messi cuts into box. Messi blocked by Mustafa Zico, not Mohamed Zico. Wow. I think technology has meant to make the errors of referee to minimum, so I don't think it's so wrong. So it's wrong, so everyone have different opinions, so I respect everyone. Yeah, but Zikvak, the problem is that we have this, right, not objective but subjective thing, right? So therefore opinions are very, very dangerous. And VR at the moment, the way it's being run is killing it, headed out by the Egyptians. Mo Salah. Mo Salah. Haisem Hassan on the other side. Mo Salah still. Mo Salah to Haisem Hassan. Haisem Hassan beats this marker, plays it into the middle, and this time Egypt score the second. Mustafa Zico, and this time the goal stands. 67 minutes, and Egypt deservingly score their second goal against these Argentinians. Yes, Egypt 2, Argentina 0. Wow. This time they finished off their counter-attack. Mo Salah does everything right. Pays it out to Haisem Hassan. And Haisem Hassan plays it perfectly into the path of Mustafa Zico, who now gets his deserving goal. Argentina 0, Egypt 2. Who cares about the goal to a goal? As Nathan Martinez literally chops people in half most of the time and then to get a foul because of a step on his foot. Sasha, very well said. There is justice. It seems like, despite rigging efforts by certain people, there is a football god somewhere, and Egypt are leading 2-0, deservingly leading 2-0 against Argentina. No way, Ronaldo and Messi both out of World Cup in 24 hours. Raj, that if Argentina can come back, wow. But at the moment, it looks very, very difficult. And it looks more likely that Egypt will score a third through a counter than Argentina scoring today. And Sagar, you say that. What a goal. And the first counter was good. The second one was as good, not even better. Right? So crazy. And the best counter attacks seen this World Cup. 100%. Brilliant counter attack. Lovely move. Lovely attempt. And Egypt defending with their heart, and Argentina just banging around the ball. Yeah, that will be cancelled because Egypt made a foul. Nice one. Karma. Yeah, maybe there is karma. Citizen, can Egypt beat? Let them beat Colombia first, and then Hitesh we talk. A little better prepared. No, Babalu's, they're just fitter. Argentina look tired. This time done and dusted, Honeywell, I think so. It's Egypt is better prepared because Argentina to me look old and tired at the moment. They don't seem ideas, and the only player who seems to be scoring goals for them is Lionel Messi. It's not right, I know, but Hosam Hassan, yeah, the legs are hurting. Pretty surprised though. Egypt is AFCON's most successful team, isn't it? Sasha on one side, but some of these teams, yeah, look, and that's a foul at the end, right? That's also can be used, and it's the drinks break after 70 minutes. And Sasha, Egypt is one of those who've underperformed at World Cups over the years, right? So therefore, this performance tonight is, it's if it stays in any way, Egypt wins. It will be the biggest win in the history of Egyptian football, and wow, and to have two African teams in the quarterfinals. Um, and Colombia would now then, if Argentina loses, Colombia would have to save the South Americans from being eliminated at the round of 16 stage. No South American team could be in the quarterfinals. There would be six Europeans and two African teams if it goes some plans. Mummies from coffins. Yeah, it's insane. Raj, it is insane to think, but this is football. Um, and Egypt deservingly lead 2-0, right? It's not that it's a fluke result. It is they deserve this lead at the moment, right? You know, one tip. I'm happy to be wrong if Egypt wins. Roshan, welcome to the club. I feel the same because yeah, this needs to end. Now feeling bad for Argentinians. Why, Hannibal? What happened? If Norway were to beat England, Egypt has a decent path to the final. No, Sasha. I think Norway is as settled, and Egypt needs to play whoever Switzerland and Colombia come. So if, again, these talks about the round after. Don't talk about that. Talk about whoever is going to be your opponent. Africa was second, beating South Africa. Damn. South American, yeah. American, yeah. Sir, but you were a GOAT fan. Raj, I'm a GOAT fan, but I don't like the Argentinians. I've never liked them. I don't like Brazilians either. Yeah, I can publicly say that. So if I like Messi, doesn't mean that I have to like the Argentinians, right? So, but my and Messi is not my goat. My goat is Gerd Müller. I've said that. Messi is one of the best. Is the best player currently, but he's not the goat. This goat is it's the same thing as Cristiano Ronaldo. I was about to say, sadly, Modi ji stopped me here because he had to do a press conference. I was on Times Now today, and I was about to say, listen, is Cristiano Ronaldo the best Portuguese player ever? Most probably not. Most probably Eusebio is it. But again, there was no social media, there was no media covering it, and Eusebio had to do everything in those days as a black man in a white world. So don't forget that in the 60s, right? So therefore, that's the end of discussion about how big and how great Messi and Ronaldo are. We've gone through in the last 15 years, but again, how many times did the Ballon d'Or go to those guys where they didn't deserve it? Where is the Ballon d'Or for Ribéry? Where's the Ballon d'Or for Lewandowski and all those things? Never came. Haitham Hassan, what a game. But he's off now. And Gonzalo Montiel coming in for Molina. My good old friend Gonzalo Montiel, used to be with Sevilla. So therefore, Messi is not my goat. Could we get an AFCON final? All possible. France now seems to be odds-on favorite. Ritesh, France were odds-on favorite for a while. France and Spain, to me, are the two top favorites of this. But again, the World Cup is a crazy thing, so who knows who makes the final, right? So everything is possible. France has to beat Morocco. I think that's going to be a crazy bit of a derby. And then let's see what happens. And Argentina now with the ball, 73 plus minutes, and Egypt doing what they can to try and disturb the Argentinians. Trezeguet coming on for Haitham Hassan. And Argentina, it was Lautaro Martinez. And Molina off, Montiel on. Using the Khalid Jamil tactics. No, Raj, they're not. Raj, these guys are defensively much better than us. Then they have the attacking. I mean, you've got a Mohamed Salah as part of your attacking line, who's one of the best, again, of this generation. So, yeah. At this point, I feel we should remove referee from the game and be full technologia. If rules are applied subjectively and subjectively, it rules the game. Let's be objective to the end. Anupam, I agree, but technology is not that far. Technology might get there in the next 5, 10 years, but at the moment we need referees. And what happens if technology is not available? That might also happen, right? Technological glitches and all. But to me, VR in the way that it's interpreted at the moment, it's not working, right? It's a subjective decision, and certain decisions which nobody would have given in the past. Argentina in the box, and Egypt clear again, but offside given. And so therefore, the idea, I don't know, it might come in the next, I don't know, 15, 20, 25, maybe 2050, it would be reality that everything in the game is via technology. Remember, maybe the most is Portuguese, but Yusuf was the best player in the history. Yeah, but again, didn't Ronaldo say, hey, without me, Portugal has never won anything? And therefore, I also didn't like his statement yesterday, like, oh, this and that and everything. Um, you spoiled your own moment. You could have had a great moment yesterday by saying, this was my last World Cup match, this and that, everything. And I won this, I won that, but Portugal without me was nothing. That's not the statement of a great character. Egypt maybe with another counter-attacking move. I'm in favor of robot AI referees. They already have the spider cam, which give a brilliant point of view. Yeah, Sasha, what I'm saying is again, it'll come, no? It's like with this new technology of deciding on corners, right? It was like the referee gave a corner after that ball hit the post, and then the technology proved that the ball didn't, so the corner decision was changed. Egypt trying to play their way forward. That's a nice ball out. It's a little too far for Trezeguet. But there are one or two players. Trezeguet tries it directly at the goal. 31-year-old Mahmoud Trezeguet, of course, has played in Anderlecht, at Mouscron, in Kasımpaşa in Turkey, at Aston Villa, of course, a few seasons, at Başakşehir in Turkey, in Istanbul, Trabzonspor, Al Rayyan, and since last season with Al Ahly back in Egypt. And Argentina have no plans how to avoid this. Because Nations League is big trophy? No, I don't. Therefore, the three trophies doesn't work. He's just won the Euros, right? So then Igor Stimac can come around and say, listen, he won 3 trophies with India as well. So therefore, this whole, what to say? Lisandro Martinez gets the ball across. Oh, and Trezeguet clears for a corner. 30 minutes of stoppage coming, says Ayush. Portugal plays better without Ronaldo. I could also be wrong. No, I think so, Raj. Again, I think he had, what is it, 6 or 7 touches in the second half? So I'm just thinking, what will happen to Argentina or Messi? I don't think they have quality after Messi. Good question, right? Very good question. Argentina blocked again. And Lionel Messi is not getting a ball across the man. This is very poor from Lionel Messi, right? The Egyptians 3, 4, 5, 6 times have now blocked his attempts. Ronaldo kind of put himself over Portugal. It's ridiculous to think that. Blue, my thinking, and that is something where um, Cristiano Ronaldo for me has sort of destroyed his own legacy. That's a good ball. That's a header, and that's a goal for Argentina. Christian Romero in the 79th minute. Argentina are still alive. But the Egyptians are calling for VAR. Okay. I don't think Romero was offside, if you ask me. The coaching staff is. Yeah. I want to. Is that offside or not? Goal for Argentina, yeah. Shaggy, but to me. Oh, let's go 1 hour extra time. Let's see. Mohamed Zico off for Egypt. And Omar Mamouche. Mustafa Zico off. And Man City's Omar Mamouche on. The goal is given. Wasn't offside. Oh, Argentina now. Lisandro Martinez plays it to Messi. Lionel Messi. And Egypt clear. Egypt need to be cool-headed now in their defensive action, and that's a throw-in against Montiel. Trezeguet. Important that Trezeguet, that Omar Mamouche are able to help their team keep attacking options alive. Haitham Hassan and Mustafa Ziko have had a great game. Can Trezeguet and Mamouche add to that? Throw in Argentina. 80.5 minutes on the clock. Not offside, yeah. Argentina will produce more players. Don't worry, Messi is once over there, and they still have some of the best players in the world. Yeah, but Sasha, but again, you need that exceptional talent to carry you. If this World Cup is proven, you need that one exceptional player to get you through. Be it a Messi, be it a Holland, be it a Kane. I think Argentina fortune looks dark after Messi. Let's see. Let's see Zigzag. Argentina. Messi and loses the ball. Corner for Argentina. McAllister wins it. 81 plus minutes. The Argentinian fans, and I think Egypt will be really angry because it could have been 3-0 after. Argentina's increased the intensity. Yeah, they have to. Otherwise, they're out of the tournament. Corner Messi. The goalkeeper gets a hand to it. Cleared, I think, by Omar Mamouche. Argentina build up again. Messi beats one, beats two, will want a penalty. Messi! Ooh, that ball goes wide. Lautaro Martinez can't put it in. Lautaro Martinez just wide. Egypt lucky in this instance. So I think we'll see a player like Messi in near future. Yeah. Yeah. Zigzag, there will be the next generation, different kinds of players. Every time people said, oh, there will not be another Pele, oh, there won't be another Maradona, oh, there won't be another this and that. We've always had top players coming through. And yeah, we will have more legends in the future. Argentina now with Argentina opening up much faster, much quicker in their movements. Messi waiting, gets the ball, chips it in, blocked by the Egyptians. Messi again. Lisandro Martinez. Ooh. And that's the 2-2, Lionel Messi. In the 83rd minute, Lionel Messi makes it 2-2. Crazy game of football. It's 2-2. Fun while it lasted. Yeah, but the questions need to be asked if the third goal is given or not. Let's see, is there any foul, offside, anything in that goal? I don't think so, but with VR, okay, it's Argentina, right? Even if it won't be given, right? Let's see. Okay. If then Lautaro Martinez, Montiel wasn't offside. Let's see that. Mohamed Shubair does. I don't think Mbappe, Yamal have quality. Messi is not even 40% of Messi. Oh, Zigzag, I wouldn't say that. That's Mbappe is a monster of a player, different kind of player. That's why the comparisons of Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Holland. Yamal is too young, he's 18. Make that comparison when he's, I don't know, 25, 27, 28. Argentina have the ball. No, not feeling bad for Argentina, Sasani, but now again, Messi's FIFA son will dog bottles after 80-minute marks says Ayush. Yeah, the question is, does the third goal for Egypt stand? That's my question at the end of the day. That will be the question that I'll ask again and again if people want to hear it or not. That foul on Lisandro is too soft to give. If you've not given other things in this World Cup, so yeah. Now the question is, can Egypt hold on to it or will they collapse? Enzo, Lisandro chips it forward for Nico Gonzalez. Egypt taking their time. Story from Jonathan Wilson's book on Argentine football from Maradona. A singer made a song about a short boy with black hair from Caesar will be their champion. They got a second one too. Yeah. Oh, lucky. Just about onside. Christian Romero. Earlier football was game when 20 plays one ball, four sticks and pitch. Now we need spider camera, AI sensor inside ball to detect head deflection to offset the cost 30-minute quarter for ads. Yeah. Mbappe is Luis Nazario, Ronaldo took no. So let's see. African teams bottling a match. Well, it's a bitter pattern. Yeah, Roshan, that is very, very true. But Egypt again needed to play for a third, is in my opinion the thing. And now the question is psychologically, this is damning. Can Egypt pick itself up? Argentina were dead, and they allowed Argentina to come back. And now the question is, can Egypt play football and try and build something again, right? Because that's the question now. Um, that there is cleared by Lisandro Martinez against Mosala. You think the drinks break helped Argentina? I would think so, Roshan. Nation would be in quarterfinals if match lasted 80 minutes. Yeah, in World Cup, at least Liverpool have the best record more than Messi. Yeah, latest by the next World Cup, he will do it. I'm sure. Throw in Argentina. Okay, interesting. I thought the Argentinians were last on the ball. Now the question is, where does this game head? Sam Hassan, not happy. Yeah, I would be with some decisions. And long ball goes out. Throw in Egypt. 2-2 between Argentina and Egypt. Second game in a row for the Argentinians where a match goes to 2-2. That's given as a foul. Lautaro Martinez. I was reading refers this until Euro 2028. Let's see. Yeah, Hafiz with the foul. Let's let them sort out the Jurgen Klopp deal this week, right? I found it funny that Fabrizio Romano announced it is done and the DFB has not even really formally, physically spoken with Jurgen Klopp. Free kick Argentina from the right. We are in the 89th minute. Mustafa Shabir, important. Oh, if that ball was better. Lionel Messi, ahead of Mo Salah. Argentina with the ball. I like Lautaro, but he underperforms for Argentina. Yeah, he's like an Inter Milan striker. We've got a lot of these guys. Huh? Um, it's like Omar Mamouche has never played for Egypt like he plays for his clubs. That's very interesting. He's not playing. Yes, he came on as a sub. Ball across. Lautaro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez, sorry, not Lautaro. Emi Martinez. Hani heads it out, but the ball is with Julian Alvarez. Oh, that pass wasn't good. Egypt also sloppy. Alvarez cleared by Egypt. Montiel. Alvarez. Alvarez looking for options. Plays it back to Montiel. Messi. Messi blocked. Egypt steal the ball. Good pass across. Omar Mamouche. That's a chance for Egypt now. Omar Mamouche with the ball. Omar Mamouche doesn't play it cleanly. Great defending. Great defending by Christian Romero. Omar Mamouche just needs to get the ball across to Trezeguet. Argentina at the other end. Lionel Messi. Messi. Egypt win it. Egypt lose it. Egypt win it again. Egypt with the ball now. Omar Mamouche being followed by Messi. Plays it out to Mo Salah. Mo Salah plays it back to his midfielder. We've got 7 minutes of added time. Egypt with the ball. Is there a final chapter in this story? Atia plays it out to Hani. Mo Salah plays it back to Hani. Hani with a good cross. And Omar Mamouche, I think, no? Was it? Or was it Trezeguet? No, it was stopped. Egypt continue their attacking now. Lachine. Hafiz. Back with Atia. Plays it out to Mo Salah. Mo Salah. Mohamed Salah loses it to Lisandro Martinez. And chance for Argentina to break. Lautaro Martinez against Rani Rabia. Ball into the box. Header. And that's a goal for Argentina. Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez in the 2nd minute of added time puts Argentina ahead. Unbelievable. Very poor Egypt. You were in attack. You were in control. You have to finish off your chances. And if it stays like this, Egypt are going to go home and Argentina are going to be. Okay, there is something. Mo Salah wants a discussion with the referee. What is he asking for? The goal stands. Okay. What are the Egyptians, what are they asking for? Why do they want VR? Let's see that again. There's a foul. There's a foul in the box. Not on Mo Salah, but there was a foul earlier. Yeah, that's poor defending by the goal scorer. Yasser Ibrahim loses his man. No female for Egypt. Yeah. I'm sure it's not going to be given. I'm not sure. Yeah. Blue, I don't think it will be given. I would be shocked if the referee allows this. And look at Scaloni. He gave the one against Egypt, sure that's a pen for Salah. I don't know. Sasha, I don't know. Oh, an Egyptian official. Oh, he's so he's again. He could be a European referee. Doesn't matter. It's poor refereeing. It's just poor refereeing. And again, we need to talk about if there's match fixing at FIFA World Cups now. This game is ridiculous. Medina and Otamendi coming on. He's allowing things to stand. Romero going off. Yeah, there were 2 potential fouls in the box, and it's not being looked at. That is for me insane. It looks like, yeah, the goal stands. The goal stands. And Mo Salah is just laughing. Zizo coming on for Mohanat Lashin. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. It looks like again, it can't be called anything else. It cannot be called anything else. If the Egypt goal doesn't stand, um, yeah, I have to be careful what I say because it just it looks like to yeah, it's didn't even stop from the Egyptian goalkeeper. Long ball forward. Argentina headed back to their keeper. I directly would pressure Amy Martinez. Guys, move. I know for Egypt it's very difficult at this moment in time, but ball goes out. Throw in for Egypt. That's insane. Should be four up or more. I hate this match. Egypt doesn't okay now give penalties if it run to the court, destroyed the game. It's probably a money making exercise and always actually being knocked out loses people money. Just saying. Yeah. So that was the penalty for Egypt. I thought so. I think there was a penalty for Egypt in there. It's not being given. And now a chance for Argentina to break once more. He'll give a foul on that. 100%. Yeah. The French referee has to be very careful. I fear for him. I think they will try and beat him up after the game. I think the Egyptian will have a go. I think he's in danger now. I hope there's security. Maraman Ataya was on the verge of having a go at the ref, right? He's like, my friend, don't mess with me. There's a level of that. Another red card to the Egyptian bench. Yeah. And the Egyptians are completely losing. This will go out completely out of track. This is this will totally go out of track. He's calling for the penalty. He's asking for the penalty. He's asking him for the penalty. Mohamed Salah is there as well. This is a disgrace. This is a disgrace. Francois Letessier should never be allowed to referee a game again. Sorry, guys. This is a complete disgrace. Argentina needs to be thrown out of this World Cup, right? So maybe Chetan, maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know, but this is ridiculous. What has happened here? What has happened so far off the field, right? But what is happening, what we are seeing happening in this game is a disgrace to football, right? If you see the ball was already taken from Salah, penalty can be given. Yeah, we can discuss it because he went down, but there was another one. Now people will say it's too soft for nah, this is rigged. This class will kick the referee and get the red. Yeah, the crystal tone. They aren't even showing replays of the two penalty shots, and the commentators are gushing about Argentina. I will not watch any Argentina game from this point onwards. This is not the game of football I love watching. Anupam, yeah, yeah. Right? I don't even know how many minutes he's going to allow to for this game to go on. Oh, Atia is up for a fight. Atia is up for a fight. Is he going to give him a card? Is he going to give him a card? I think if he gives Atia a card, Atia is going to have a good, really have a go at the referee, right? Egypt throw in. I don't think the Egyptians let it happen. The referee allowed it to happen. No? The second goal stands. The second goal stands. We can talk about a Mo Salah penalty. It's full time. And now, yeah, the Egyptians have not gone out and done anything. Any commentators are so bad they're blowing Arjun out Itnas, Rakia, and called Egyptian so losers. This is not checking for potential penalties. Over poor effort. 100%. Ayush, call it out. Put out a tweet. Call out those commentators. Name them. Everyone who's supporting Argentina tonight after this match needs to be called out around the world because this is cheating. This is match fixing. Nothing more, nothing less. Argentina winning this in the way they did it. And in the end, we started with the yellow cards in the first half, which were not given to the Argentinians, right? Um, and it continues like this, right? So we are at a stage where football, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Then don't play. Let's not play, right? Right? So if you're not gonna do the basics, and we've got someone who has thought top level European referee, yeah, nothing to say. So what I wrote. Argentina scored a sensational comeback win against Egypt, but the match and its script stink. Better not to say what I think at this moment. A disgrace for football, right? So I keep it at that. Can Egypt go to CAS? No, because it will then FIFA will turn around and say, "Listen, the decisions were taken by the referee in the game, so we can't interfere." Right? German commentator not calling out to Roshan. What to say? I think Donald Trump win today. Guys, it's just that the key decisions, and it's not one. It was also in the last World Cup already. You could say no. This World Cup, it's everybody. And certain teams again, Paraguay against Germany, you know, and yeah, and therefore, you know, that's it. So you hit Argentina. So you're saying there's people will say now. Let Raj, I gave a damn what people say. You should know me by now, right? I do not care. I honestly don't care what people think about me, right? If you know me by now, if I think something is the way it is, I will say that it is the way it is, right? So that's the thing. Yeah, just so you tweet, what do you mean? The Vips, Argentina. I think the second goal for Egypt stands. And that third goal, where's the foul on Mo Salah or the earlier one in the penalty box, which was not even looked at? My boy Messi and Germany also got lucky against Ecuador. Yeah, Roshan, but they were robbed against Paraguay, right? Group stage, look at it in some way, look at it at the knockout stages and certain decisions. And then you've got a plan, right? Germany, Ecuador, yeah, of course. Pavlovic's leg was way too high. But yeah, I think as Messi fans say, FIFA needs Messi to make the World Cup more enjoyable. Let's take it as a joke. Zigzag. It's no longer a joke, right? The and that's the reality, and no one will talk about it, right? And to me, this is yeah. Rini Kaunda is so cringe. ये मेहनत की कमी हुई जीत है मान मेसी का जादू chala. Not even a mention of terrible refs. Yeah, forget refs. It's about that Argentina played bad football for nearly 80 minutes, right? Messi missed a pen. Messi, I think, lost the ball 5, 6 times in the build-ups. You know, and no, unless football died in the match of France with Paraguay, how is football alive today? Zigzag, that's very true. Football was died, and today it was trampled on, right? I supported Argentina before the game and was hoping a football masterclass. What I saw is beyond pathetic. FIFA is pathetic. Yeah, Anupam, welcome to the world of Argentinian football the way it is. Started in 1978. Most probably the first World Cup would have never been won by the Argentinians. Maybe the Dutch would have won it in the end, right? Those are some of the realities which we don't go back into when we talk about Trump and all of that. War was interference and all that kind of stuff. 1934, 1978. Those are the realities. It is brutal, but this kind of football as today is not acceptable, and to me, just a disaster. Just a disaster in the way it happened today. So I like it, you like it, we like it. No, this is the reality, and it hurts. It hurts because what football stood um, for football was about from the fans for the fans, this way that way. uh yeah, that's the reality, right? I think Sir Crystal John's no better than this this referee. Yeah, just imagine Trump giving trophy to Messi. No, let's wait and see. Looks possible, no? Looks possible, and to me very disturbing aspect of this game, no? So let's wait and see what happens. To me, again, um football lost today. So yeah. A Nigerian journal wrote Capo Verde suffered poor effort. Yeah, of course. Why are the Argentinians really to never getting a yellow card? For example, every game there's thuggery and there is no yellow cards. Simple, right? Did you see Pooba leaving Mumbai? Yes, the vapes I've seen. Respect to Crystal John, says Raj. I'm surprised why Mumbai wouldn't offer him extension because the vapes, there's no progression in the standards, right? And that's a big problem, in my opinion. That has been. So I'm looking at the stats. There is not even one yellow card for the Argentinians. Huh? One, two. So both the Hassan brothers, the twins, got a yellow card. Shobair got a yellow card. Fatih got a yellow card. Atia got a yellow card. But no. Okay. So wow. Yeah. Welcome to that understanding. That's the thing, Chetan. That's my point. That some situations are not being checked and are allowed to go on. How can, even if it's not, at least do the check and say, no, it's not a penalty. Come around that, right? So that's the problem. And there are two situations for Egypt where VR did not step in the finishing stages of this game. So that's the reality, right? So therefore, yeah, a lot of questions that can need to be asked, could be, would be, should be asked. Let's put it this way. But for me, sorry, the beautiful game is suffering, right? If we think of our problems in Indian football, there are problems in football around the world. So that's the thing. I think so Argentina don't like yellow color like they like red color. Yeah, they don't get that either, right? The Capo Verde, Roshan just mentioned it. Very, very true. Very, very true, in my opinion, that there was no discussion on those matters. And um, yeah, and if Mustafa Ziko's second goal stands, yeah. And Marcel Raif joked about Uzbek ref in the France match. It's not a matter of heritage of ref. Yeah, it's very right, Roshan. Today we had a French referee. A French referee. He officiated a few weeks ago the UEFA Europa League final between Aston Villa and SC Freiburg. And this performance is not good enough, right? If we carefully see the game as a political unfair in this, maybe, yeah. Leave a moment from Mono. I've been trying to secure him for now 3 seasons. Question almost management. What are they trying to do? Raj, they're trying to cut down on costs. It's very simple. What are they trying to do? They're trying to cut down on cost. The ISL is not generating money. Is a FIFA running a local tournament? Chetan, worse than a local tournament. No, Trump asked Messi of the World Cup, can you give me this trophy because he deserves more than Argentina? Yeah. There are no good referees, I guess. Yeah. Pranjal, that's the problem. RF compromised? Dark Knight, you're asking a very good question. Because Colina came out the other day and said, listen, the Germany one from Anton and the keeper was actually foul, and the goalkeepers need to be safeguarded. You know, so therefore it continues. It is just yeah. It's shocking. From Ronaldo ban turned down, big teams favored, Paraguay's France, and now this, and of course that Balogun case. Ayush, I want to add Paraguay against Germany. Right, these nasty fouls were there. Uh, nobody wants to talk about it, and that to me is the problem. It starts there, it continues there. Paraguay has been playing like this. Balogun case can be mentioned. Capo Verde against Argentina. There are a few situations where there needs to be cards which are not there. Maybe then the player goes off with a red card. All these things need to add up. Has East Bengal left Azajari? Prasanjit, no idea at the moment. France versus Argentina final, be ready. Let's see, Raj. England trying to survive. Yeah, Dark Knight. The problem is in Indian club football, East Bengal and Mohun Bagan are spending. Some others are trying to spend here and there. But most of the clubs are trying to survive. Survive is the word, right? Therefore, if whoever is running a club is told, that is your budget, they will sell players left, right, and center. That is happening in Mumbai City. That's happening with FC Goa. Are the Blasters still there or are they gone? Right? Where is Colina like refereeing today's? But Colina is saying those rubbish things. Zigzag. My problem is with Pierre Luigi Colina, who said that was a foul on the goalkeeper in the Germany versus Paraguay game. What am I going to then tell you? That is my problem, not to you. Right? Disappointed with East Bengal signings. I can see another disappointing AC campaign coming. Prasanjit, East Bengal doesn't have money. Mami, tata, bye bye. Kaise hoga? He's getting money for signing the big. Exactly. That is going to be fun. Colina's payroll of, yeah, he's the head of referees, no? And Colina is influencing the referees to take decisions like this. So then the question is, who is compromised? Who is taking these calls? Right? Very big problem. Today's football is so physical, so we need Talimani type of referee. No, it's not about, listen, the question is there is right and there is wrong. And there is, the problem is that if you watch video footage of this or that, even a small contact might not look much more because you're showing it in super slow-mo and it looks like a proper stamp, where it just was a graze, a touch, right? So therefore, those things are very, very important, but we are not looking at those. That is part of our problem at the moment, right? So therefore, um, football is not working in the way it should, right? So yeah, it's and therefore, yeah, it's crazy. And I'm seeing some of these groups that there are of Indian football, and all of them are jumping up and down because Argentina's won and they don't care what is right or wrong. Welcome to football fans in India. You know what I said? Yeah, Raj. And this is what I'm going to tell people who question ISL referees. Um, yeah, Should ISL clubs stop playing AFC for 2, 3 years, first rebuild the league and then think about this? Prasenjit, maybe yes. Right? I don't know. I'm again. Some of you guys are asking Indian football questions. I'm not even in the mood to talk Indian football at the moment. We're talking World Cup, guys. Let's focus on that. Indian football is not in this conversation because we're not in part of the conversation about globe or even about Asia. Asia is bad at the global stage. Asia has been eliminated. Arsene Wenger said a very interesting thing that Asia is not ready to compete at the world stage. Right? Arsene Wenger said that, and uh, you know, um, so that's the reality. To be fair, not an Indian football thing to jump on Argentinian hype. The Brazilians are crying and the Argentinians are jumping up and down. And this is the reality. Yeah. You saw the part of Senegal comments somewhere for yeah, Ayush. But again, who's gonna call out racism in South America? Be it a Paraguay, be it a Uruguay, or the most racist of them all, Argentina. Right? People just see the scoreline and comment Argentina dominated. I don't think they will see that they dominated, but they say yeah, deserving winners most probably. And looking at these 90 plus minutes, sorry, Egypt was better, right? That is what I take out of this game. So for me, um, yeah, and a good friend of mine has put out something of a meme. Man of the match is the referee in an Argentina jersey, right? So that's the reality of things. So yeah, well, who's going to talk about it? So visa causing more damage than good. Yeah, welcome to that world, Dark Knight. Why did the Norwegians get rid of VR again? Because they said we don't want it because the technology is not ready for this. Now, sir, 7 out of 8 teams. Then we think of the favorite from here. France and Spain, two best teams in this tournament. Period. Are they going to win it? I don't know. Maybe FIFA has other plans. Any other day, Fallon Salah would have been pen, not even considering Egypt's goal disallowed. Yeah, that is the pen comes later. But if that goal stands, and that was a brilliant counter attack, Haisem Hassan, brilliant, but it doesn't stand. You know, said I saw you, sir, in the game of Paraguay. How Paraguay is one player not given even one yellow card. Yeah, zigzag. That's the problem. Favorite is Argentina was 100%, right? So, um, yeah, this is the reality of how bad things are. Should be for players to take just like hockey and cricket. So, Sanjit, I don't know if it is that way, this way. For me, the subjectivity of VR is a problem. It depends on the person who's there. And I'm seeing subjective decisions from referees in this tournament. I'm seeing FIFA taking steps which are subjective, and that needs to be sorted. Feeling sad for Salah in many unfortunate events with Egypt. Yeah, Roshan. But yeah, and tonight will hurt because Egypt were on the verge of creating one of the biggest upsets in the history of the World Cup. Right? Capo Verde would have been bigger in the last round, but this today would have been big, but it didn't happen. So yeah, let's see. Right. So reality of things. So who's gonna talk about it? Right. All right, with nearly 2.5 hours of this live watch along, I'll slowly come to an end tonight. Argentina score a 3-2 comeback win against Egypt. Egypt leading 2-0 until the 79th minute and disallowed goal from Egypt. Maybe a pen in the end also for Mohamed Salah not given. And so therefore that is what it is. And not just FIFA has other plans. Yeah. And Portugal, Croatia game, that head touch was checked in second. It's correct. Yeah, but presently there were also some decisions in favor of Portugal in that Croatia game, which can also be questioned. So we've had a lot of these games, and therefore let's wait and see what happens. But um, so I think that the way Southern African footballers play football is very hard, and the tackle hard was not for them. Yeah, I wonder how the press conference. I want to hear this Egyptian statements after this game. So therefore, we'll come to an end of this watch along. Thanks for joining me, an emotional me. Um so that is that. And irrespective of referee blunders, Argentine last 10 minutes was sensational. Yeah, Raj, they were good. I don't think they were sensational. They were very good because Egypt allowed them to be good. Because Egypt, after the 2-1, to me, fell apart. So therefore, it for dynamics in a game, you need both teams. And therefore, that needs to be mentioned. Yes, they were good. Let's see. These decisions will hamper the rivalry of the game. But Sanjay, the rivalry of the game, the credibility of the game has gone down the drains over the last few days. Since the France game, I would have said pre-France game, even forget the Germany thing. That can happen. I can live with that. Right? Shouldn't happen, but it could happen, right? VR makes a mistake. It's normal with German teams nowadays. But since the France game, things have happened where you say, you know what? This World Cup was on a very, very good path, and now it's just in shambles. And that's the reality of things. With that, I would like to end. Thanks a lot for joining in again. If you haven't, do like, do share, and do subscribe to Arun Foot. And I'll catch you again sometime tomorrow. Thanks and good night.